Hey, stop getting angry. I hope I got your attention. Um, you can scroll or go to the next video because this is going on YouTube and TikTok. But this is about temper. Now, I know this is gonna be really obvious, but I wanna show you some things. You get angry when you're hurt, obvious one. And I want you to notice something. Hurting people hurt people. I want you to let that sink in. Let that sink in. Because, like, if someone isn't hurting at all, like, they're not just gonna go up and be mean to someone to be mean to someone. Like, honestly, if someone's life, like, they were really, really happy with life, nothing was bothering them, and they wouldn't just go up to some random guy and be like, you suck and you're stupid and I hope you have a bad day. Like, unless they were a hurting person, or they just made a really horrible choice playing a game of truth or dare, or something like that. You get angry when you're frustrated, and you get angry when you're insecure. I guess insecure could tie in with jealousy. I guess those can kind of intertwine. And when you don't feel good about yourself, you're not gonna feel good about your others. How can you expect to feel good about others when you can't feel good about yourself in the first place? And I said all of that not just to hate on you if you're dealing with anger. I'm dealing with it too. But I want you to think long term. I want you to think about the consequences when you decide to make that choice to punch someone because they got on your nerves, or you decide to call them a bunch of names and say a bunch of things and explode and lash out and say something that you regret. And I'm gonna tell you some of the consequences. Anger, like a PS5, it's expensive. And not money expensive, well, depending on what it is. If you like smash the Chromebook on someone's head, other than getting in trouble, you're gonna have to pay for that Chromebook. Expensive, not in the money term. Expensive in things in your life. Like some of the consequences of anger, depending on what it is, it can destroy meaningful relationships or damage them in some way, shape, or form. That is the thing that I think hits people the most. You lose influence. Like, who's someone, I'm gonna pause the video, like pause it. After I say the question, but who's someone you look up to, like, a lot? Okay, hopefully you pause the video just to think about it, but now that you have that person in your head, I want you to think, actually, not even just someone you look up to, like a celebrity, like Matt Damon. He's an awesome actor. If he went out and started beating up a bunch of people at a restaurant, he'd lose influence because he lashed out. He's a human. That's with everybody else. One of the consequences of anger is you lose influence. And I know it's like, some people are like, I don't care about influence because I'm him. But it definitely does hurt. And you're filled with regret. Like, I don't know a single person that's lashed out and not had a single regret out of reacting out of anger, And I know there's some people who are like, oh, he deserved to get punched, or he deserved to but everybody has at least one regret in their life where they might have lashed out in anger or just done something based off an emotion that they regret, even if it's not anger, maybe it's sadness. And you leave a destructive legacy. I want you to let that sit down. Y'all know the term digital footprint. When it comes to lashing out, if I decide to punch someone because you shoved me in a big fight, I'm lashing out, I'm exploding. That leaves a legacy on me. Like, people are gonna remember that, like, honestly. And what, do you want to be known as the guy who is ready to smash him on his head after he called you you're built like a blanket? That's a compliment because blankets are comfortable. But are you really ready to go that far? Like, what are people gonna think of you? And I know you shouldn't, like, you shouldn't care what people think about you too much, but it will definitely affect that. I'm just letting y'all know. And it creates distance. And I'm gonna give you some tips. Stop. While I am joking, I'm not joking at the same time. Sometimes you literally just have to stop and look. And I say look as in not just from your point of view. If you're a Christian, look at it from God's point of view. And for my people that aren't Christian and watching this video, look at it from other people's point of view, not just the other person. Again, with the smashing a Chromebook on his head example, don't think of just the person you're about to hit with the Chromebook, but think of the other people too, just everybody around you as well. Think about that, and then I want you to just listen. Like, just slow down and listen. And I say that as in really listen to the other person. I'm not saying stop mid-argument or whatever and be like, I mean, like, just really think, like, wow. Like, listen to the situation, like, assess the situation. And, you know, this is my personal opinion. I think an I'm sorry is not enough. Everybody's heard the term actions speak louder than words. But I want to give you some tips on making an effective apology if you do decide to lash out. Obviously, first, I'm sorry. I apologize. And then 2, admitting you were wrong. Don't say, hey man, I was wrong, but at the same time, you kind of got on my nerves. That's not an apology. If you use but in an apology, you don't mean it. If you bring up something the other person did, then it's not an apology. I want you to save that. Save that, clip that, screen record that on your phone because it's so important, that principle I just said. I was wrong, admit what you did, not them. And then, what can you do? What can I do to make it right? I like that. I feel like that's a big one. Now, if you accidentally, like, bump into them and drop their pencil, you can probably just do steps 1 and 2, and then 3 just already picking it up for them. But this video is it's over 8 minutes long. So I understand all of that probably just went over your head. So if you don't remember anything from this video, I want you to remember 3 things. Excuses invalidate an apology. Lashing out with anger is really expensive. Again, not money. It can be. Chromebook example. And the third one is be quick to listen and slow to speak, do, or say. Speak, say, same thing, but do or speak. But yeah, I'm about to hit my 10-minute limit, so I gotta wrap this up. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope this gave you some principle, maybe, and some perspective. And if it didn't help, go look up things, or go talk to your parents, or go talk to someone, because talking to someone always helps. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I gotta go now, but I will see you guys in the next video, and I love you guys, and stay on your toes.